Okay, so this was one of the wildest, most stressful, and honestly, it was kind of sloppy. um, these are both 3-1 teams coming into this game, and I don't even know how to describe it. I still have no words for this game at all. Um, on paper, it doesn't look as sloppy as if you watch the actual game. So basically, what people call the Packers' big three, Rodgers, Jones, and Adams, all went off. Rodgers, 27 39, 344 yards, two touchdowns. He did have an interception early on, and then he did get sacked twice. Jones, 14 carries for 103 yards. He ripped off a 57-yarder late in the fourth, which could have ended the game, but it didn't. And then Devontae Adams, 11 receptions, 206 yards. His longest was 59. He averaged 18.7, and he also had a touchdown. So the Packers' big three, on paper, it was very good. Watching the game as a whole, watching everything as a whole, it was so strange. I did not understand some of the play calls during this game for the Packers offense. I did not understand what Matt LaFleur was trying to do. It just, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. Um, it was really, I mean, that's what was really the most sloppy was the play calls and the play designs and everything. So, our offense looked okay. Our defense came to play despite being injured. Well, both offense and defense were both injured. A lot of players were out. We had our best corner out. We had a bunch of O-line out. Kevin King got hurt during the game. I know we were down a couple wide receivers. I'm trying to think. I think there was another. I don't know if someone else went down during the game or not. I would have to. I'd have to go back and look. I don't know if anyone else got hurt during the game. Joe Burrow actually had to go to the hospital. So I think it was something with his neck or whatever. He got. I don't want to say clothesline, but this man, he got hit low by Savage, and then I don't know if it was Campbell was trying to tackle him to the ground or whoever it was, but Savage got a legal hit. It was aimed for his chest area, and well, I mean not lower legs, but it was like thighs and whatnot, like that area. It was all legal tackle. And then he got flipped up in the air, and then I think it was Campbell. It might have been DeAndre Campbell, which I want to talk about him because, oh my God. But someone came in and just, they went hard down on the turf. He hit his head on the turf. That's the first thing that hit the ground. So Joe Burrow actually went to the hospital afterwards to get checked out. I think he's okay. I haven't really heard any updates. It sounds like he's fine. But we know he did go to the hospital. So, I honestly, I enjoy watching Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is really fun to watch. I've said this before. I've actually gotten to watch 3 of his games before this. I think it was week 1, 2, and 4, I believe. No, it was 1, 2, and 3 because we didn't get the Steelers-Bengals game. So I got to watch him the first 3 weeks because he played, he played the Vikings, the Bears. I don't remember who the third game was. But because they're divisional rivals, they aired the games in Wisconsin, so I got to watch the Bengals, first 3 weeks. So Joe Burrow is so fun to watch. Obviously, he struggled against the Bears, but really, I mean, that the team kind of struggled that game too. But, I mean, they did very good this game. They were, honestly, that Bengals defense was just getting Aaron Rodgers frustrated. He started out 20 yards. I think it was 7 attempts, 4 for 7 for 20 yards or something like that is what he started out with in an interception. And then he got cooking. later on as he started getting used to the Bengals defense. But they were Bengals defense was, I mean, they were having a field day. Von Bell led them in tackles. But I mean, they were all over. They were getting pressure on Rodgers. It was crazy. That Bengals defense looked very good. Who is, I think it's Zach Taylor, the head coach there. He really changed that culture around. I think is this his second year? I want to say. So whatever he did, he really helped. Jamar Chase. He should not have had that 70-yard touchdown. But I mean, that was pure luck. Savage was inches away from tipping that ball away. It was a perfect pass. Savage jumped. I guess you want to say a little early. But I mean, Jamar Chase had one long touchdown, and then he helped them get into field goal range late in the fourth, which again they ended up missing. Which I want to talk about the kicker too, because yeah, he had a very funny moment that I kind of felt bad for. But Jamar Chase was just very good. He's a very good receiver. You could probably call him Rookie of the Year. I mean, he's going to be up there. I know they love to give it to QBs, but I mean, Justin Jefferson could have won it last year, and I think Jamar Chase could easily win it this year. He's just having a crazy year so far. So, if he at least gets votes, like he should win it, but if he at least gets votes, that means that people actually care and actually watch the Bengals games. But if he gets no votes at all, I don't know what to say, because this man has just been doing everything. And this is how that whole narrative of he can't catch, that's that got ruled out by week 1. So, but he's going off. Now, kicking. Kicking, woohoo! That's great day for both kickers. Evan McPherson, I believe is how you say it. 0 for 2 for field goals, 2 for 2 for extra points. I think it was it the overtime one? I think it was the first overtime one. Oh no, he only have one. No, it was the last kick he got in the fourth quarter before Mason Crosby got an attempt after him. But basically what happened was it looked like it was going to go down the middle, and it curved left. I don't know what that wind speed was, but the ball just took a left-hand turn during the middle of the kick. It actually hit the flags that are on top of the goalpost, or I guess top side, because they kind of hang over on the side. But actually hit that, and he actually thought he made the kick, started celebrating, and then I'm sure sure people have seen it. His face goes from excitement to disappointment, and all of a sudden he's pointing like, that didn't make it? It was like, oh my God. Like, he's a rookie kicker, the only kicker to be drafted, and I think he's actually the only kicker to be drafted. Could be wrong. I don't know. There's that whatever stat that they always bring up every time with him. And I was like, okay, it's no good. And then you see his reaction, you're like, oh my God. So I had I felt a little bad for him after that kick, because he thought he made it and everything. So I mean, if you haven't seen that, I mean, that was blowing up yesterday. But he's been a very good kicker so far. Again, every kicker pretty much yesterday had a terrible day. So, it's not like just Crosby and McPherson were the only kickers to have a bad day. Like, a lot of people had a bad day kicking-wise. And it's always once a year. It always happens. So, hopefully they all get their misses out now. And for the rest of the season, we don't see a single missed kick. But, that's not going to happen. Now, moving on to Crosby. We had so many opportunities to finish this game. Crosby missed an extra point early on. He missed 2 field goals in the fourth quarter. He missed a fourth field goal, or a third missed field goal, fourth miss in total for the day during OT. And then ended up winning it towards the end, but he had 3 misses. He had 7 in total. 4 of them are made. 3 of them came between the first and the third quarter. Well, no, actually, I think there was actually one early on in the fourth quarter. But we could have sealed this game. We could have beat them. It was a bad day for Crosby. And actually, I don't know how many people actually noticed this, but if you go back and watch the final drive in the fourth quarter that the Packers get, Rodgers actually does a little fist bump again. He got him into field goal range with Adams. And you actually see him. He spikes the ball with 3 seconds left, and he does a little fist pump again, just like against the Niners. He did the exact same thing. And this time, Mason missed it. So you know, Rodgers is 1 for 2 on the fist pump this year so far. But I don't know how many people actually caught that, and they probably aren't going to really talk about it because Crosby ended up missing that. But just, you know, a small little detail I noticed with Rodgers in the very end of the fourth quarter there. So, you know, this game was hectic. 5 missed field goals in total late in the fourth quarter and in OT. That's got to set a record. That has to set a record. That's insane. That's just crazy to think about. But I mean, I don't even know what to say, because it was a good game. It was a sloppy game for kickers. I didn't understand some of the play calls. It was. So I have nothing else to really say about this. It was just one of those games where, you know, it was bound to happen sometime, and it just happened to be between the Bengals and the Packers. So we had the worst of it. Obviously, a lot of people, you know, missing extra points and field goals, but, you know, 5 in a row, we had the worst of it yesterday between both of these teams and the rest of the league. So, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Yeah, I don't know how to really end this video, because it was just, I mean, kicking. But like the video, share the video around. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'm out of here. Peace.